What is up, everybody? We're going to take a look at all of the trades right here that led into the P&L today. If you've not checked out these other two videos, you should go check them out, because this video is going to be narration style on the hard right edge, just like these other two videos. That's right, I'm doing it again. The reason I'm doing this again is because I sell prep, and we're going to take a look at prep. We're going to see how I called out this short in my prep. Now, I'm not saying I called this out guru style, like I knew it was going to happen. I was just extremely confident in the short today, and it was very high probability. So for me, it was a good short. So we're going to look at that prep, which I sell my prep, by the way. We're going to look at last night's prep that talked about the short that you're going to see in today's trades. So if you're interested in the prep, you can scan this QR code, or you can go to the link in the description. What you need to do is set up a Coffee membership. Coffee is like a Patreon, except for I keep all the money, unlike with Patreon. Create a Coffee account, and then you're going to want to go to the membership section, sign up there, and when you sign up on the membership section, I post all my daily preps on Coffee. So you got to go to Coffee in order to see the preps. All the preps are generally roughly around an hour. It can be 2 hours depending on what's happening. And I give you my thoughts and opinions. And also, for those of you that don't want to watch a long prep but are still interested in the prep, what you can do is there's a recap. So I timestamp the videos, or not a recap. There's a projection, or you know, like a weather guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you what I think may happen in the next session. So you can go to Russell, NQ, and ES and look at what I think is going to happen in the future. So those videos are time stamped if you don't want to watch how to do it all. However, watching how to do all of it allows you to see how I think, what I'm thinking as I'm setting up levels, and how to set up my areas and levels. So if you guys are interested, it is there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at one of those preps, the one from last night, and then we will get into these trades.
So we have a reclaim here, but it failed to jump that reclaim 5 times, 5 tests, quite a few stop runs in here, larger gap, 81 tick gap. It might go through in mid-roll, so scaling must be done near the slow noted section. I personally might take it all off. That's a 40 tick run. That's really good for me. I don't want to risk something coming back, and an 81 tick run is pretty big deal. It could go through, though. I may leave just a little bit on. I think this is setting up well. We know in the NQ it's setting up to potentially blow out low. Problem really not right at this point now is just like it's in such a sideways zone. There's a curve here under construction in the 10, which looks good, which spans all the way back here. This is a 30-second. However, since this is sort of prior value up here and down here, I want to track the micro as well. So I think there could be a lot of, just in this zone, I think is really dead. I mean, this is a massive zone of I don't want to trade. That's a 70, 80 tick range. I don't want to even touch this thing anywhere in this black. Really, for me, it's the pressure point here or here. Now, if this micro curve sets up well, yeah, then and it looks good, then we could potentially sell it if it gets through here, or play a pivot off of it. But I think there's a good pressure point here and here. That's what I think is going to go on. RTY forecast. What do I think is going to happen? Highest time frame, I think we need to go down. I think we need to go down up until this more major region, the 3-year POCs here, that could pull it. However, the 10 minutes telling a little bit of a different story. On the 10-minute, we're bouncing this zone. I've been saying it needs to bounce here. I think it may continue to bounce here. There's a high probability zone up here that could push us through. If anything, we might start rolling in here near these red zones. which are super low nodes. We're in a major gap. That's sort of the mid area. I think it might pivot. Now, the other markets in QES are probably going to go sideways for a minute. Now, they both have areas on the up and down side that could really blow through, and I think RTY has a really good blow through area on the down. I was saying ES looks good on the downside as well as in Q. So for me, there's a really good chance. I just feel good about leaning on this short. Don't know where this could pull back to. I think it's kind of sideways at this point. We have a major composite that's finally complete on the 240 up in this section at the 80 even zone roughly. I mean, it's up there where I think we're going to have a lot of trouble getting through that section. I think where there could be pivots back, but where's it going to go at this point? I'm more leaning on that downside is going to just be a lot fucking cleaner. Now, this little white boxed area up here going to the 32nd, that could help pull the market in. I really think there's going to be troubles in this section with these red nodes. Then again, they do have a high EV count. So hypothetically, it could push through, and then maybe this 3-year POC, that could pivot. There's an EV0 up here. So somewheres in the 60, 62, I think that's where it most definitely might be pivoting. Again, what are the other markets doing?
All right, those were some snippets from last night's prep. Now on to the trading session from today.
Big potential down move here is setting up. We want to really consider this is going to be the first trade. Not in love with Russell. Not in love with Russell. Not in love with Russell. Bit of a bottom tick there. Not in love with Russell. Kind of, well, I mean, it's not kind of, like, I do want to give it a moment. All right. Russell is actually about to hit a key area. Which would be that 45 too. Everything looks decent. I mean, the order flow is kicking and churning. We just have such high probability of going down. I talked about this in prep. Not super in love with Russell again. We're going to start shedding a little weight here. We're going to take 2 off. The way the order flow came in, though, was really, like, it just picked up really fast. Like, when I'm seeing the bids and offers and the way it's jumping start to increase, like, when you're just seeing bids and offers moving at such a rapid fashion, it looks good. Again, I'm not super in love with Russell. Russell does have a high probability of, well, it doesn't actually have a high probability of doing jack fucking shit here. 40s. The way these markets are set up, though, it just seems like we're going to have a very sustained push. 75s We're going to take a little bit off at 75s. I need to start, since we need to pay attention here because things are starting to shift. There could be a stop run up. I doubt it. I really doubt it. Pay attention here. There's 2 out. We have 8 left. This is a very, I talked about this in the prep. I specifically talk about this run in the fucking prep, guys. If you want the prep, coffee link in the description. It's a membership. Sign up for the prep. It gets you more videos like this because these videos are going to start to go to the prep, guys. Think of it like a Patreon. Once I got more prep members, you guys are going to start getting these videos. And it's not going to be going on YouTube as much. So this is an incentive to do prep. You like this. You like this content. Nobody's making content like this on YouTube. Nobody's making content like this on YouTube. If you have questions, please ask. It'll allow me to craft a FAQ video, frequently asked question video. So that way, I can help the community because this is the beginning of a course. Okay. I need to know what the most frequently asked questions are so that way I can craft good material around it. I need your help. Even if you don't want to get the prep, ask questions which I'll answer. I'm very good at communicating with the community. I'll answer it, but I can also use that in my prep, like in my FAQ. Okay? See, that's mid popping. We should make this entire gap. Basically, this yellow box you're seeing in the ES, we should make the whole damn thing. Now, there could be a massive fucking pullback. There could be a substantial pullback. What you guys can't see is Auction Vista on the left. It's being covered by the charts because what you're seeing is 3 monitors being recorded at once. In my older videos, you've seen Auction Vista VS. I'm watching it carefully on NQ because that's such a critical component. So I may need to bail this. Willing to refight, which is fine because I already scaled out, some size, so I can get back in full clip, depending on how this works. So I'm not worried about leaving a bunch of size on the table that came back. This looks like we're going to have a failure point here, and it is going to come back, which is fine. There's a weird stall here, an NQ. That looks like it's going to dump hard an NQ. There it goes. So my ability to predict that is pure order flow. Well, it's also the auction vista. Okay, see, now I really think this looks like shit. So we're going to get out of this the best we can. Take a tick. That's fine. We locked in something. You're seeing the first trades of the session. Could it dump back in? Yes, absolutely. If I miss it, so be it. I'm going to cancel that. Well, it's too late now. I can't chase it. Look at that. It's a hard fucking move up. There's problems in this section. All right. Okay, we're going to get a bigger pullback. That's why you don't chase the fucking thing. See, then you get fucked. We're going to probably get paper cut. All right, yeah, we're going to get fucking paper cut. Not sure that we might be break even again. It's a pretty big loss right there. Well, it's not big, it's just on size. Like I said, I think this needs to come back. Now, I do need to really, I mean, that is most certainly a bottom tick in some regards. We're really looking to potentially get in at 84. At the beginning of the yellow box, I could do here. I'm going to take on heat being in this section. This better dump if it starts reversing. That's a problem. That's a problem. We're going to pick up a tick. This needs to move quick. We're out of it. There could be a pretty decent pullback again. It went down so quick that I think it could pop up just as fast. I don't see. I know I keep chasing the motherfucker. Willing to take on some risk. Now it could pivot here. Yeah, that's needs a little room to breathe. I may take on loss. I may take a stop, which I'm okay with. Here we go. This is good. This 78 area, it's either going to pivot here or it's going to collapse quickly. Right in where I marked all those S's. The thing is, it's not collapsing quickly in that section, so that is leading me to believe we may want to get out of this. We can re-engage it again, or attempt. See, this is being very difficult for me. I know I'm getting in lower and lower. There's still a lot of reward on the table. There it is. It needs to go all the way through. NQ just put in a bottom tick. That's kind of that's not kind of, that is bad. I'm not in love with Russell. See a bottom tick like that, and you can't see the bottom tick on the charts. That's good. That's good that just happened. I need to actually. Now I'm getting the pullback I need. Now I'm getting the pullback I need. I may take on heat. I may take on quite a bit of heat. This is roughly the area I want. Russell is kind of like flagging downward, which is good. There's a red line near 40 evens on Russell. I need Russell to start cracking that. We're getting a very good stall. Like you noted, like it moved up this direction really quickly. And now it's stalling hard, so this could be a turning point. Those S's are me just sort of looking at where the faster movements were. when the market cruises through a section, it typically reclaims that section back. Now, take that with a grain of salt because there's a million nuances around what I just said. Pay attention. Guys, the prep is like a Patreon. It's through coffee because I don't have like I get to keep all the money. I don't have to split it with like Patreon. They take, they put their grubby paws on it. Um, that's why I use coffee. Link in the description. This is why I've been cranking out good content. Support it. If you're confused about something, ask a fucking question. If you think it's a stupid question, ask the fucking question. Look at that. That is beautiful. Guys, I have a really strong feeling you're about to see some crazy shit. And you may not realize what that might be. I'm going to bite my tongue and not tell you what it is that I'm thinking. Because things happen. So what we're going to do is shed a little weight. Okay, see how I didn't get filled there? We're going to cancel that completely because that means it's probably going to drop. It means it's probably going to drop past what I just did. They didn't fill me, and that just is telling me it's going to dump a little bit harder, so I can take it off. Either this is going to completely come back, or I can take it off for a further push lower. Like if they hesitate near a take profit and it pulls back off that take profit, they're probably going to push it lower. So this isn't amazing right now. Russell's still setting up in a fantastic way. We need to pull up our ES 10 minute. I need a. Oh yeah. That is wow. Good to know. See, like I said, this could probably drop a bit further. Um, took a little bit off. Um, this is not necessarily where I'm going to get out of the trade. Like, guys, stops are very fluid. So we're just taking off a little bit of some contracts because we need to uh, pay a little bit here for some of the problems I had. I think I'm around break even. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to check just yet. I got to monitor these things. We're going to pull up the NQ 30 second. So I'm going to be showcasing, you know, trades like this. So you guys can see that, like, I wholeheartedly believe in my prep. Like, doesn't mean you're going to get prep and trade like this. You got to understand, this is a lot of skill and years. You'll have to understand that, like, you need to be watching this month after month after month after month. You need to be building skills. You need to be journaling. You need to be reviewing. You need to be doing things on your own. I can't hold hands and get you to this level of trading. You need the experience. We got to pay attention to. We're looking at 39.7 here. What is it, right? On Russell. I'm looking at Russell. I need a Russell's at such a Russell's starting to break out of a curved area or a range. So NQ and ES have been breaking out. Russell's starting to break out. What is the bottom tick on this? It's 39.8. Here it is. We're going to take two more off. Did I just go flat on accident? I just went flat on accident. Oh, shit. I just went flat on accident. I can get back in because I mean, that's realized gains. That is realized gains. Hypothetically, it would be unrealized. We're back in. 39.7. That's the BT. We're beyond it. So I can run a wider stop because I still want to be in this trade. I just have realized gains now instead of unrealized. So, you know, so we can take a bigger, wider deal. So it's not like oh fuck, I accidentally got everything off. Oh no, I gotta wait. No, those are realized gains. They're locked in. Just put the size back on and where I exited because I still want to be in the trade. I still want to be in the trade. Seems like there could be a gnarly pullback. Back at that bottom tick, Russell. I'm not nervous. I'm not squeamish because, again, I locked in gains. So I'd still be sitting in this. So where it is right now is it's no difference between unrealized and realized. Does that make sense? Because if I was still had my size on right here, my unrealized gains would be going up and down. Just like I'm sitting short here, the realized gains are going up and down. It's the trade's still up money. Well, I mean, it's losing money right now, but we're green. And I see people complaining about the volatility. A lot of these order flow only traders complaining about volatility. Learn how to read fucking charts. This is an essential skill. I think being an order flow scalper has its time and place. And in a lot of videos in the past, I've talked about my identity crisis between scalping and holding. Make the sacrifice, learn how to do this. It's going to add years onto your learning curve. But look what happens when you do. Look how I was attempting to get in this, scalp into it, and then I finally hit the fucking hold. I think adding a few years to the learning curve is worth it. Some of you are probably, that makes you sick to your stomach. Like, oh my God, I got to add years to my learning curve. Yeah, but it pays out in the end. I plan on doing this for decades to come. So you want to be a pro athlete? Then you're going to do pro athlete shit. See, I'm not fucking nervous, guys. I know what this is. I fucking believe in my fucking prep and my skills and abilities as a trader. I know what we're up against. Now, I do need to pay attention. There might be a scale out on NQ. I do need to, and I need to start prepping out what exactly that might be right this fucking minute. You're looking about those 93s once it hits, because that's about the mid on NQ. Once it starts hitting those 93s, we're going to start taking off a little bit more. 93.63, 93s right down there. So we're going to just put target on here. We're going to scale out not most of the position. Hold on, I do need to look at NQ 10 minute here. I need to remember exactly what's been happening in Q. It is in a point where it could pitch and roll back in. There's a deeper pocket here. So there is actually, this could be setting up to pivot back up. So may not get all the way across this yellow box on ES because and Q needs the mid pivot. It just hit. It just hit. All right. Took off just 2. Now we're probably going to pull most of the side, all of it if it comes back. This is the poker analogy of it all. Gonna take off another 2. Just because I don't see, the stop is just a rough guardrail. That's it. I need it there to psychologically know I need to work within it. Like, hey, it's getting close to the stop. I don't want to get stopped out. If it's not there, then like it's, because for me it's like a psychological wall that I don't want to hit. So I'm more prone to managing by hand than letting a stop get hit. Now, if this can actually crack, this could be some superior shit. I think NQ needs to keep going down. Or Russell, I'm sorry. I think Russell needs to keep going down. Those of you that are interested in the prep, I'm getting DMs. Ask me fucking questions so I can build out the FAQ. Frequently asked questions. We're going to pull a substantial chunk here in a moment. Right when it gets to this white box. If it can get to that white box. 35s. Wait, it just did. See how it's not tagging me out right here? We're going to just pull it. So we're either going to go break even on the rest of this size, because it did hit right above that white box. And since I'm not getting filled and it's pulling back this much, what did I say earlier? If it comes back here, there's a good chance it will roll through. So just because I don't get filled on a potential exit isn't like a problem, because like now I can just get more. The expected value of the move has increased in my favor. Sure, the trade could come back, and I didn't scale, but now I might actually be more prone to actually getting my target. So, you know, getting filled on the exit isn't all, not getting filled on the exit isn't always a big deal. Again, it just tested roughly the same area twice. So that's even telling me that I could probably squeeze more if it can go. I might get 70s or something of that nature. Now she is starting to get stiff. This market is starting to get a little stiff. Watching Russie real again, a third test. So what that's telling me is there might be a substantial pullback. There might be a substantial pullback here. So I may not get anything out of the rest of this size, to be honest. It's not just reading order flow, it's the dance. It's the way it moves up and down. It's how smooth it goes down, how it struggles to go down, when it hits areas where it just moves quickly. That is part of reading order flow, but you're not reading order flow. It's like the smoothness of the movement, like I said. We're going to get out of it.